across to the Hoosier State, where Colts fans rise to their feet with the striking of the anvil as it is time for football here at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indy. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Indianapolis Colts. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys got the season started on a high note, a home victory in the opener. On the other side, Colts head coach Shane Steichen. His guys also winners in week 1, so a couple of 1-0 teams ready to get after it here. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And when you watch him trot onto the field, you just think to yourself, he looks like a quarterback. All the talent in the world. Running, throwing, physical presence. The bottom line, though, has to get his completion percentage up to league standards because he was under 50%.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up by Pat Surtain. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So now here are the Broncos with excellent field position to start off. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Nix. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Now this defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing Nix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Dobbins is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little...
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos.
Touchdown, Denver.
A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they're better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Richardson out of the shotgun. The toss here completed to Pittman. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 61 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down at 7.
Here we go.
Here's Richardson to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Tyler Warren was the one he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down. When you look at this Bronco defense, it's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now it's Nix. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he's got some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6 from the 10. Nix to the air.
Caught on the slant.
And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run with Dobbins.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Dobbins once more. And this time he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
And Richardson back to throw it. A quick throw there is incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Richardson.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop it. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Taken in at the 22. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field.
So a 6-carry drive the last go-around, touchdown on the end of it. We'll see if they can duplicate that here.
I think that they would like to. I know every runner that we've ever met would love to carry the ball more and more and more. In fact, we keep a ball in the booth just for demonstration purposes.
You're holding it right now.
I'm going to give it to you. Is it heavy? Is it that heavy?
No, it's pretty light.
That's pretty light, right? So keep giving it to him and let him do his work. It's not going to slow him down.
If it's light for me, it's definitely light for him.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
To throw is Nix. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Here's Nix once more. He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that will bring up second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. To throw, here's Nix. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 19. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
4 yards.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Come on, come on.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our
look at the
Sports halftime
NFL
report.
starts now. In the Steel City, it's the Steelers at home to take on the Seahawks in a rematch of Super Bowl 40. And this is Tyler Boyd. He's going to run a deep route, look it in, and he's gone. The Seahawks get a second straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. Meanwhile, let's check in on the Dolphins as they play host to the New England Patriots. And it's Tua. You got to respect him in the run game, and he'll call his own number here. The defense apparently not ready for it because he's loose and he's gone. The Dolphins even up their record at 1-1 as they get the win here. Lastly, let's go over to MetLife Stadium. The Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills. And it's the fourth-year running back, Breece Hall. This is going to end up a touchdown. The Jets give Aaron Glenn his first NFL head coaching victory as they get the job done here. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Nix.
They'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw. Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Second and 11. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Now a toss left side for Dobbins.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Looking to throw. Nix. He's got a man. It's his fullback. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A short one there, caught by Warren. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 32.
Now Richardson. Got his man, it's Warren. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now it's Richardson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes...
Good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Let's go.
Richardson looking to throw this. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. John Franklin Myers able to record his 5th sack of the season. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Dallas. Down to about the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Here's Nix. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Broncos.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
2nd and 9. On the handoff, McLaughlin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And he returns this to the 22. And the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Richardson looking to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
First down. First and 10 at the 36.
Back to throw now on 1st down. This taken in by Downs. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Richardson to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Oh, he dropped it. And that pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Let's go now.
One last shot for Richardson.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you got to like what you saw. What do they call that, a total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Broncos, it's an early...